Today I will be demonstrating the Valcom V9923A code call unit. This was intended to be used with a 1 and 2 key system or a any kind of PBX. Imagine you can really use it on a single line telephone if you wanted to, because that's why I hooked it up that way. And when I made the clips to demonstrate it. Valcom is still in business as of today. They make all kinds of paging equipment and things like that. And Valcom makes things last. I mean, this is heavy duty metal. I mean, it weighs about almost 2 pounds. Basically, what this does is you hook it up to a PA system, and it sends tones, either a 2-digit tone or a 3-digit tone, beeps basically over the PA system. And you can do like a 2-digit or 3-digit tone beeps. I could go like if you were doing 2 1 2, it would be like this: beep, 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 and then it will repeat until you hang up on the phone. Now, I think we had something similar to this, or it may be exactly like this, when I worked at Sears back in year 2000 to 2001. And it sounded a little bit different, but it was almost something similar. And I can't remember if 1 digit represented a manager or the department or vice versa. I seem to recall that we didn't use it very often at all. I think it probably was left over from the 1 and 2 key system days, because that place was built in the late 60s. And we used a AT&T Merlin phone system for sure. So, and I remember we did have to dial an extension in order to, for this to, for the thing to pick up. This particular unit was manufactured in 1992. So it does require a F&L cable, and those are the option switches, where I'll tell you, which I'll show you in a second. This is a pretty heavy duty unit. Oops. I mean, it's all metal. And Valcom makes, I don't know what they do today, but I mean what the manufacturer today quality is, but I mean, just back in 1992. So you would need to have a 66 punch down block, or since it's not using mini, you can use like a miniature 66 block. Let's see here. You have your tip and ring, lamp supply. Then you have the PBX connections. Then you have the switch output, which that's just basically a contact closure relay type of thing to hook up additional equipment. I used a multi-tone generator with this. This unit itself does provide its own tones, or you can use a optional equipment. You can use like a bell if you wanted to, or a multi-tone generator like I did, or maybe just a strobe light, or just a light itself to flash. Then you have your tone output, which is the output connections. You can also hook this up you can hook up additional units. And then you have your power supply connections. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Then for the options, you can either switch one is either 1 or 2 or 3 digit codes. I believe switch 2 is verified tones, meaning you can hear it on the receiving, on the receiver, on the telephone. Let's see. 3 is left alone. And 4 is either a steady lamp on the key system, or a flashing lamp. I saw this for 15 bucks on eBay plus shipping out, and I thought, you know what, I can't pass this up because these are kind of rare to find. And the one other person who was selling these on eBay was asking $700, and that, you know, that's absolutely 6 times more than what they really are, you know, worth, and that's ridiculous. $700. I don't know how late these were manufactured up to. I know they're not on Valcom's website now, but they do have the user manual, and it had the website address on the, you know, user manual. So I don't know how late they manufactured these things. This one's made in 1992, so probably, I imagine, you know, early 2000s when they quit making these units. And I will be demonstrating the unit. I will be just demonstrating the 2-code, 3-code, as well as using the multi-tone generator, and then as well as using its own tones within the, you know, from the unit itself. I had to hook this up through my computer to the TV in order for it to be loud enough for y'all to hear it. Obviously, you would need to use a amplifier for, you know, for you to hear the tones. And this is a paper copy of the connections here. I believe the newer version just had like 1 or 2 extra features. Now, if you go and connect anything that is not 1A2 key to a 1A2 key system that uses 24 volt, you have to wire it in reverse, meaning the ground on the power supply on the key system is positive, and the positive is negative. So you will wire the unit itself normally, like it says, because you have A and B. You can use A battery for both power and torque. A battery is filtered and B battery is unfiltered, and usually the unfiltered is for powering an equipment, but you can use A battery for both. There's a guy on YouTube that says you can, and I also bought lots of stuff from him before. He's pretty much an expert on 182 and telephone equipment, as well as central offices. So this is the Duquesne multi-tone generator that I use to produce the tones. Remember, if you're going to use this with the power supply on the 182, you got to wire it in reverse. That's made for 182 key system, so you just wire it as normal, you know, as normally as per the instructions. Non-182 key power stuff that requires a 24 volt power supply has to be in reverse. These multi-tone generators are used in school PA systems, business PA systems, hospitals, and things like that. Probably nowadays, in the year 2021, most of it's all electronically instead of these things. They're all like built-in microchips and all that crap. So you have your output that goes to your speakers. Then you can select what kind of tone you want. Either it works off of 12 volt or 24 volt. Then you have your ground for the power. Then you have the ground for the output to the tone that you selected. So in the following clips, I will demonstrate the 2-code dialing, as well. I mean the 2-code tone. Yeah, the 2-code paging, as well as the 3-code, as well as tones from the multi-tone generator and its own internal. This will also generate its own tone as well, but you can hook. Now this is going to be the 2-digit mode. This code call unit can do either 2-digit or 3-digit codes, except it cannot do any number with 0. For example, it can't do 101, number 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90. It has to be any number except 0. But I'm using the Duquesne multi-tone generator hooked up to my computer that's hooked up to the TV so you can hear it a little bit better. It's not very loud because I don't have a PA amplifier. So I have it set to chime, not chimes, but chime. For those who want to, for those you need to know, if you go and hook this up to the Duquesne unit or any non-telephone equipment to 1A2 key system, or really non-1A2 key system to use on the 1A2 key system power supply, it's wired reverse, meaning the ground is positive and the 24 volt is negative, if I have that right. So yeah, 24 volt is ground and ground is 24 volt power, if I'm even saying that right. So this is going to be the 2-digit code mode, and also I'm going to do a video on here more zoomed in and more detailed. So let's see, 2121. That's a 2, and then the 1. Now, I apologize for the buzzing in the background. That's the computer on the TV with all this wired in. Let's do 92. That's 9. And then 2. Let's do 31, repeat. 3, 1. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the clip before. This does have dial tone. I don't know how y'all can hear that or not. And when you punch in the code and you hear it on the TV, the tone output, you also hear it in the receiver. Let's see. So stay tuned for the next clip for 3-digit code mode. Okay, this is going to be the 2-digit code mode for the tones generated from the code call unit itself. So I'm bypassing the multi-tone generator. So the tones itself is coming from the unit itself. So let me go ahead and do 32. Let's do 37. That's the 3. And that's the 7, and that's going to repeat for the second cycle. 30. And 7. Okay, in this clip, we're going to do the 3-digit code. And like I said, you can do any code except 0. So let's go ahead and do 3, 2, 4. That's the 3. 2. That's the code for 1. And it's going to do a second repeat. 3, 2, 4, and it will do that until you hang up. So let's do 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2. Now the second repeat. 2, 2, 2. All right, let's do 999. First 9, second 9, third 9, first 9, second 9, third 9. Now you can hang up once it's doing the tone, because you can also hear it on the receiver. So if you only want it to repeat one cycle, you can hang up. Now if you want it to repeat 2 or 3, you will have to stay off, off hook. So let's go ahead and do 1, 1, 1. Oh, I may have done it too soon. Let's see. Let's do 3, 3, 6. Oh, let's do, 3, 3, 6. So if you just want to do it one cycle, you can hang up during that cycle. But if you want to extend the cycle or do multiple cycles, you don't hang up until you want it done, or the other end answers.